Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Kemza James. For our new and old subscribers, you're all welcome to today's tutorial where I'm going to be showing you how to make this draped breast cup for you to use on your corsets, right? So this is it. This is what we are going to be making, right? I know you think it's cute. I think so too, right? So without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, for this tutorial I'm going to be using a nice pair of scissors, and I'm using my breast cup. I bought this already made from a store, so it's also called a store-bought breast cup, right? So it has this nice curve that I like, and I like this particular one because of this side. If you can see it clearly, it has an irregular shape. Unlike the regular breast cup that is rounded, this one is rounded on one side and this side is sort of squared out, if you can see what I mean, right? Now this breast cup will be nice to use on corsets that the top side is just the princess dart, and the maybe the stomach region is a corset, right? So this helps you to know which side is supposed to be on the center front, right? So this side is the side front of the cup, and this is the center front, which on your corset is like the gauze side is around here, right? So by the time you have a pair of these, you know which one is for which side, right? So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I know this is not always common in the market, but if you find this, it will be nice for some of your corset styles, right? So guys, I'm also going to be using this tailor's ham. I actually made this ham myself. So if you want to learn how to make this, it's also called a tailor's ball. If you want to learn how to make this, let me know in the comment section, and I'll bring you a tutorial of how I made this in the comment section. You won't believe how easy it is to make this, guys. Then I'm also going to be using this yellow satin fabric, right? And this is going to be the one for the dress that I want to use this for. Then I'm also needing some pins. You can use any pin of your choice or any pin available for you to use, right? So I'm going to pour some of my pins into this cap so that it will be easier for me to pick, right? Then I'm going to be, just in case you've not known that your scissors has a magnetic force, I mostly, especially when I have my nails done, I use my scissors to pick pins like this. You can see it's magnetic, so that's just a hack for you in case you've not known. So if you don't have this ball, it's totally fine. You can still do this style. I'm just going to be using this ball to support my cup, so that by the time I'm ironing, what I'm doing is not going to ruin the curves. Like the iron will not ruin my curves and like press my breast cup down. So that's why I'm using the ball. So you can totally do without this, or if you have any rounded thing that can help support your cup, it will also be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and open my satin fabric out like so. I'm actually using scrap fabric, so this is actually from I have this scrap from my material after I was done cutting. So the excess is what I'm going to be using to do this. So I'm going to just go ahead and lay. Now you will determine the side where you want your drapes to face, right? So I'm just going to be pinning down the fabric. Now I have the longer side of the fabric on this side going horizontally instead of vertical, because I want my pleats to face horizontal, right? So I'm just going to pin on my fabric. So I'm going to pin down my fabric like so, right? Just slightly on the edge of the breast cup is what you want to pin, right? So by the time I pin this first step, then I'm going to determine how I want my curves to face. So I want them facing like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my first pleat like so. Then I fold, then I pin, you're going to pin on the lower side and the upper side as well, and you have to be careful so you don't get this pin in your skin, right? So I'll be pressing. I'll just make sure you arrange your pleats, right? On this upper side, I'll go ahead and pleat as well. Right, now this is the first one. I'm just going to go ahead and do the second pleat. I'll just go ahead and pleat the upper side as well. Now let me explain something to you about this pleat. As you're pleating, right, you make sure that your fabric is lying nicely. It doesn't have any gathers, so that by the time you iron them, you don't get any unnecessary folds anywhere, right? So I'll go ahead and do the third pleat. Now make sure your pleat size are as even as possible, right? So you can see this fold that I have here. I'll make sure I eradicate it before I continue. So I'll just continue making my pleats until I'm done pleating on my breast cup. So by the time you're done, you should have something like this, right? So I'm going to just grab my scissors and I'll trim off most of the excesses. Now I'm not trimming off exactly on the cup, right? So I'm trimming off a little bit away from the cup because you still need some allowances there. So I'm just trim off your fabric so that you get a little bit clearer picture of what you have. So you're going to move all your fabric away. So this is what it looks like on the inside now, right? So I'm just going to grab my iron and I'm just going to go ahead and press nicely, right? Now guys, steam iron works better for this. If you have a steam iron, make sure you use that, but if you don't, you can still use the regular iron, right? So you just press this nicely. Be sure to use the ball if you have it. It will help. So now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew just I'm going to sew this side like so, right? Then I'll sew this side as well. I'm just going to sew around the pinned area. Now I'm not going to be sewing on the breast cup because I want to be able to turn this side. But if you want to use bias to turn this side, it's totally fine. You don't have to. You can just go ahead and sew on top of the edge of the breast cup. Or let's just turn with bias, right? Or no, let me turn without the bias so that you see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch to come back and show you. So guys, you can see I've gone ahead to do that seam here, and by the time I turn it, you can see that I did not sew on my breast cup at all, right? So I'm going to take out my pins now, right? So you just gently take out your pins and hope that the stitch held the pleats. I'll take out all my pins, right? So I'll do the rest off camera. So by the time you're done taking out your pins, still make sure that you have it in place, right? So what I'm going to do now is to grab this side, then I'm going to bring it inside the cup like so, right? So I'm just going to bring it inside of the cup like so without moving where the position is, right? I'm just bringing it there so that I can stitch on the cup now. So I'm going to make a seam. I'm just going to stitch. This time around, I'm stitching on the cup. So now I'm going to just layer that out. Lay this here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and sew. Now I'm going to use a maximum of so I'm using a maximum of 1 centimeter, right, to sew like this. Right? So I'm going to trim off. I'm going to trim this side off. Then I'll flip it like so. I'm going to flip to this side, back to the way it was. So by the time I flip, I'm going to try to sew this side down like so, right? So I'll try stitching down like this. Now I'm stitching this side now on the right side. Here we go. Just arrange this. By the time I'm done, I'll just trim off some of these excesses here. So just trim out this side. So here we go, guys. This is our breast cup, right? So you can just go ahead and attach it on your corset like this, right? So here is our breast cup. This side is neatly finished, right? Now I'm going to go and give it a nice press so that this side curves and sits nicely, right? So guys, this is the finished look of the bra cup, right? So if you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up, subscribe hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any tutorial of mine, right? And ensure to share this video with your friends, guys. And when you do recreate this, make sure you tag me on all your recreations, Timikems@James on Instagram. I'd love to see your recreations, guys. So whatever video you would love to see next, do ensure to comment it in the comment section. I'll be there to answer you and also to film those videos for you. See you in my next tutorial, guys. Bye.